Welcome to the Working Grandmas podcast, The Grand Balance, where we celebrate balancing careers and family in the lives of modern grandmas. I'm your host, Sharon, and along with my co-host, Angela, we are so excited to bring you our brand new podcast. We will delve into the stories, challenges, and triumphs of working grandmas and hopefully help and inspire you along the way. We look forward to having special guests discussing a wide variety of subjects that can help all of us grandmas as we search to find balance between working and being instrumental in the lives of our children and grandchildren. Let me introduce my co-host Angela so she can tell you a little bit about herself.
Thank you, Sharon. And first of all, I need to tell everybody how excited I am about this. I am an avid podcast listener while I'm on walks, driving, doing errands or housework. I love to listen to a variety of podcasts. Unfortunately, I think most of them are too serious, but in any case, Sharon's going to change me in that regard. I am a wife of 30 years. I have an amazing husband who actually cooks, so don't be jealous out there. I have two amazing children, a 29-year-old daughter and a 25-year-old son. And recently, my daughter and son-in-law blessed our family with a new grandson who is now 8 months old. And he's just been added to a very large and wonderful extended family that I have out here in San Diego. We are pretty tight-knit. We spend a lot of time together celebrating each other. We have, 60 of us on the WhatsApp app to make sure we all stay connected all the time. And that's really mostly due to my grandmother, who also was a working grandmother, who inspired all of us in our family to ensure that we're doing everything we can to make family first. On the professional side, I've been in healthcare technology for about 25 years. I work for a really great company who is really top in the industry, but is really focused on ensuring that the employees are happy, that we put family first. So as I wanted to start thinking about spending more time with my grandson, I've been able to navigate, my career and my position to be able to support the family, my daughter and son-in-law, to raise our grandson as well. And I'm also a very strong advocate for women in healthcare technology and the advancement of us in this space. Not too long ago, there were very few of us who were able to make a difference. So excited to be part of that. And if you follow us on LinkedIn or any other social media, you'll see a lot of my support in that area. Sharon, what about you?
Well, I grew up in Colorado. I am in San Diego now and have been for the past 30 years, I guess. But in Colorado, I have a sister, and she and her husband and my two nieces are still there. My mom raised us and was very, very instrumental in my children's lives. She was really the only active grandparent, so I was always very thankful for her. She worked and traveled a lot with her job and had a lot of airline miles. So once a month, every weekend, she would come out, help me with my children, and had a very, very close relationship with them, which I will always treasure and am very, very grateful and blessed for that. Unfortunately, she did pass away a couple years ago, but the rest of my extended family is still in Colorado. I went to University of Colorado, go Buffs, and in San Diego, once I got out here, I got married and had two kids. I have a 30-year-old daughter and a 27-year-old son. I found myself unexpectedly a single mom with two babies and found that my background in corporate finance was not conducive to raising two young kids, so I kind of had to regroup and make a new plan. I started my business at that time, which has worked out really, really well because of this flexible schedule. Any entrepreneur out there knows that many times you're working until midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, but I was happy that I was able to be there for my kids, pick them up, take them to all their sporting activities, different things that were going on in their lives. And now that same flexibility has helped out with my daughter's baby. My daughter, we've been busy the last few years with fun activities. She was married a couple years ago, and 3 months ago, she and her husband, my son-in-law, have a little baby girl. So we've been having tons and tons of fun with her And because of my schedule, I have been able to spend a lot of time with both my daughter and my granddaughter separately and together, which I definitely feel very, very fortunate about. We have been trying to find different things in the working grandma world. And when Angela and I both found ourselves as newly working grandmas, we started talking about different resources and found there really aren't much out there, and decided to start this podcast. Wait, how did we start the podcast, Angela?
Well, I think we had a discussion somewhat tipsy in a pool in Palm Springs.
Oh, my birthday party.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it's funny because Sharon and I have only known each other, gosh, for probably less than 2 years.
Yeah, it's definitely a new friendship.
Yeah, but our children were raised in the same community. We've lived in this really great community in San Diego for probably over 25 years. And we know a lot of the same people. We are two baseball moms. I think our kids played in the same club. Sharon, I think you knew my son and my husband
Yeah,
for
I
years.
saw them around. Your son is a couple years younger than my son, but I definitely saw them around the old baseball field several times.
Yeah. And I never knew Sharon, but we had lots of mutual friends and acquaintances. And one particular friend, very good friend of both of us, would talk about Sharon to me and talk about me to Sharon. And Sharon and I ended up in the same Pilates class together. And I just went up to her one day and I says, I think we have a mutual friend. And
Wait, did you go up to me or did I go up to you?
I think I was more assertive in that.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, we ended up hitting it off and we went on a Palm Springs trip together, the three of us, Sharon, myself, and our mutual friend, who we're not allowed to name because we don't have permission yet. She doesn't know we're doing this.
She will.
Yeah. And we were talking in Palm Springs, laying out in the pool, celebrating Sharon's birthday. And I was saying how much I'd love to listen to podcasts. Sharon was saying how what was it?
I was looking at social media. So I was looking at Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There was really nothing out there with working grandmas.
Yeah. So we let it go. We thought we were just tipsy, being silly. And then I dreamt about it. I always do my most creative thinking in my sleep, and went up to Sharon and Pilates one day and I said, hey, should we do this? Should we actually do this?
She's
Are we
telling me
crazy?
about her dream, and I'm saying, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And, what do they say? If you want something done, give it to somebody, a busy person. That's Sharon. That's me and Sharon.
Yeah, our schedules are crazy, and this still seemed like such a great opportunity and used as a creative outlet for both of us. I definitely also love podcasts. I listen to finance podcasts, real estate, and a lot of reality TV. Angela is definitely more serious with her podcasts,
I'll get there.
but we'll get her onto some of the fun stuff too. I'll be the culture person. So what do you call it? Social? I don't remember.
I have no idea because
Pop culture. That was
There
what
we
I was
go.
trying to think of.
All right. Yeah. So here we are, and we're so excited to be able to bring you great podcast episodes. Some might be a little more serious. We hope we'll be able to keep this pretty fun. I have no problem embarrassing myself with I've already had several grandma failures that I'll be happy to share over time.
I can't wait to hear these.
And, just bring ideas, and we're going to have guest speakers or folks that we can speak to that have a lot more experience than Sharon and I. I mean, one of the reasons we were looking for ways to learn about being a grandma is we have to do this all over again with the addition of still being parents to the children, and managing our careers and trying to have a life.
By the way, as we've found out.
Yeah. And so we need to learn too. We need to hear from some of the other experienced grandmothers out there so that we try to avoid those mistakes. Just like we got better as mothers, as we had additional children, I'm hopeful we will not fail too much as grandmothers and continue to learn, and maybe learn a little faster if we can hear from others in our community.
And we would love to build a big community. There's so many different communities and support systems for different groups, and there really isn't much for us out there working grandmas. So we hope to build a great community of people that can share ideas, thoughts, and where we can support and inspire others in the same way.
Yeah. And so what you'll hear on the future podcast, as I mentioned, I'm a big advocate for women in tech, but I'm just a big advocate for women in general. And so I'm going to be showcasing some amazing working grandmas periodically throughout throughout various episodes. Sharon is obviously much better at other things. So Sharon, what are you going to bring that's special to this podcast?
Well, I know when I'm listening to podcasts, I love when people share different finds that they've found that have been helpful, different things that can save time, different things that are wonderful additions to their lives. So I'm hoping to introduce new things to people that maybe they haven't heard of, a gadget, a recipe, just random things like that I enjoy learning from others. So hopefully others will enjoy the things that I find.
Terrific. So we'll be waiting to hear Sharon's fabulous finds on future podcasts.
Yes, I love that. Fabulous finds.
All right. Well, in close, we're really excited to have you join us. We're going to be posting several upcoming episodes. We hope to keep you entertained. We look forward to having you join us weekly and hope we can inspire and, build this community of working grandmas.
And speaking of support, our next episode we are going to talk about how we supported our daughters when they found out they were pregnant through their pregnancy and immediately when they brought the baby home. A lot of things have changed as we discussed. So kind of navigating how things are done now versus how things were done back when we had kids. So that's a little sneak peek into what our first episode will be about.
So whether you're a grandmother now or going to be one in the future,
or a new mom that wants to get your mom on board, feel free to share this with all other young moms, moms of moms, women in general. I feel like we can hopefully reach.
That's right. Well, thank you, Sharon. I'm really looking forward to serving as your partner in this. And all of you, follow us on social media. We will be posting in the future, and we are listed on workinggrandmas.com.
Instagram on Working Grandmas, Facebook Working Grandmas.
So stay tuned.
I think X as well.
Well, we're debating on X, aren't we?
We'll discuss that. We'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.